For this exercise, you are going to need a PVC pipe dowel rod or a very fancy broomstick, and you are going to work on some thoracic spine rotation. This can be an uncomfortable position, so if it is for you, you might need some coaching or you just might need a different exercise. This exercise might not be for you. It's not for everyone. I just like to say that as a little reminder in the beginning of the video, but we should also make sure we're not pushing into pain as well or any sort of pinching discomfort. That also might mean you need a little coaching for the exercise or a different exercise altogether. Now, the way we're gonna set up this exercise is get into what we call a lumbar-locked position. So we're gonna block our lumbar spine from helping us by gluing our rib cage and bellies to our legs. So I'm showing you from this position, then I will turn and show you from the other position. So we're gonna come down, grab the PVC pipe, and we're gonna lock our rib cage onto our thighs here. Now, we're gonna use the PVC pipe to pull ourselves into our full thoracic spine rotation. What we wanna make sure we're doing here is not also kind of coming up and moving out of the position or leaning back into extension and coming out of position. We wanna think about our spine kind of like it's on a rotisserie chicken stick or we're just rotating around, and that's gonna be our end range position. We should feel a stretching sensation here. So a stretching sensation is gonna come from the mid back. It's gonna come from maybe your sides a little bit. Everybody's a little different. We just don't want to be pushing into pain. If you don't feel a stretch, you want to walk yourself a little bit further into that stretch and kind of pull yourself deeper. And if you still don't feel a stretch, it just might not be the right position for you, or you might need some coaching. Once you're here, we're gonna work on some breath work. So you're gonna work on a slow inhale in through your nose into the stretch. So go ahead and inhale in, and then exhale and sink deeper into that stretch. Feel those tissues relax. You're gonna repeat that for the desired amount of time for your stretch, anywhere from 30 seconds to start as a beginner up to the 2-minute mark, which is our goal for holding stretches. Then from there, we're gonna do PAILs and rails. The key for your PAILs and rails contraction is that we wanna make sure that your PAILs and rails are not your shoulders moving, but your shoulders being an extension of your chest. Notice the difference. Shoulders moving, shoulders being an extension of your chest. So you're thinking about your sternum doing the motion, which is gonna be your actual spine moving rather than your arms. That is the most number one thing that people do when they try this, so make sure that's what we're thinking about. Now, the PAILs contraction is going to be thinking about trying to turn your sternum down to the ground this way. You're gonna actually feel like this is getting driven into the ground, so you can do that, but I want the movement to be happening from your chest, kind of pulling. You should feel your ab muscles and maybe a little bit of your spine muscles as well contract. You're gonna start light and then ramp that intensity up to the desired amount, holding for 10 to 15 seconds. Then you're gonna ramp that down, relax. Now we're gonna start the rails contraction. So I'm gonna show that just from this angle so you can get a different viewpoint of what I'm doing. Now the rails contraction is going to be thinking about rotating into your stretch more from the chest. So from here, now we're gonna try to pull ourselves deeper into the stretch and feel those muscles pull us a little bit more. We're not using our arms to lift up and pull, we are just rotating our chest. So again, from the front angle, as we are doing rails, we are trying to rotate and use our own rib cage and spine and ab muscles to lift our sternum up to the ceiling, not necessarily pull with our arms. You can leverage your arms a little bit, but I really want you to focus on this coming from your abs and your spine. You're gonna start at a low intensity, ramp that up to the desired amount, hold for that 10 to 15 seconds, and then ramp back down. Once you finish with that contraction, that'll be your PAILs and rails, which will be one round of them. If you're done for the day after that, awesome. You might actually have another round of PAILs, rails to do depending on what you're working on that day, so then you can do those as well. But over time, you should feel like you can get a little deeper into that stretch and you can actually generate more tension and be a little bit more powerful, and you should feel that your spine feels a lot better as you're super consistent with this.